bilingual tubers! And welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Rando! With me, BlueAnkylo. So last episode, we had to do the Mirage Tower and slay Tiamat to get our third orb. We had to do it out of order because we did not have a way into the Water Shrine thanks to randomization, which is pretty cool. But now we have the ability to speak Leafinish. Also, that's not really a tomb. That looks like a words. Alright, never mind. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a tomb. Anyway, now that we can speak Leafian, we are going to go visit the town of, whatever. Man, I'm great with words. It's getting late. Look, it's like midnight my time. I'm burning through this game, having a good time, but my commentary might be struggling a little bit. We're heading to the town of Leafian. I actually don't know what the name of the town is. I'm sorry. But we need to go there for a key item, which is probably the ship that we really don't need. But that's what they'll give us. You watch. It'll be hilarious. But now we can speak to them, right? Right? Not just Lupa Lupa. If the legend is true. Did they really not say the name of the town? Whatever. I'm sure one of them tells you the name of the town. Normally you have to go here before you go to the floating, or the Mirage Tower anyway. Oh, a Cure 3 hammer. That's not bad. That's probably the equivalent of the Thor's hammer. Which, if we didn't have the Mazimune, would be a really good white mage weapon. I'm going to give that to the black mage, so he has an option to heal people. Cure 3 for free in combat, not a bad option. Normally you get the Thor's hammer and it has Lightning 2 on it, which is pretty good, but the white mage is going to focus on the Mazimune, because she can, and she's... I mean, the fighter can probably equip it, but that's traditionally her best weapon, so yeah, that's good to know. Okay, so no ships, unfortunately. And also... I gotta check. Hold on just a sec. Did I not... Oh, I gave the ribbon to the black mage. I thought I meant to give the ribbon to the red mage. I think I did, actually. I think this is what was confusing me on my last... You know what? I didn't. The black mage has less HP. Never mind. He needs elemental protection more than the red mage does. So the white mage and the black mage have full elemental protection. The fighter has mostly elemental protection. The red mage is the only person with none. And all I need to do is have him cast Wall on himself on a difficult battle. And that will basically work in lieu of ribbons or dragon armors. I think. Yeah, I was expecting elemental damages to be doing, you know, slightly less to the red mage and slightly more to the black mage. It's been throwing me off for the last half an episode or so. No big deal. Anyway, let's carry on. My wayward tubers. And kill us some gators. Why am I just always using Nuke? Because it's clearly the most optimal solution to winning every battle. It's kind of boring, I guess, but it's the quickest and easiest way to win every fight you ever run into. Am I good on... Could buy some healing potions, maybe? Oops. Didn't even really use many. It's good to make sure you always have at least some antidotes and softs, but... I mean, this next dungeon is right beside the town, so whenever you're having a difficult time, you can basically just use the exit spell to leave and rest of the inn for free, or cheap. Okay, so we got the Oxy Ale somewhere down in the last dungeon, so that opens this one up. And... we're still missing Excalibur. Maybe one more ribbon if we're lucky. We'll see what we get. So, like usual, every time I come to one of these dungeons, most of the time I ignore all the random treasure chests, but because we're playing the Randomizer, there's actually a lot of value in checking all the treasures, because you never know when you might find yourself a nuke helmet. And boy, would you have been sad if you missed out on those. If you're playing along with this random seed, and are way ahead of me and have already beaten the game, and you're laughing, and you go, Blue, I beat it in 5 seconds. It took you, like, I don't know, 10 episodes or something. then I say, the joke's on you, because I got all those nuke helmets. Right? Pretty funny. And my team's pretty strong. Traditionally, I've always enjoyed using the water shrine, which is where we are. I should put up the music, actually. Because I really like, this is probably my favorite song from the remake, the Origins remake. Pretty sure this is my favorite. Like, yeah. This one in the Chaos Temple. Pretty awesome. Anyway, in the, when you're not playing the randomized version, the vanilla version, this is probably my favorite. That first floor is my favorite area to get level ups. Because it's easy, comparatively, you get a ton of experience, and you can go to the inn instantly to go full MP, full HP. So, now that we're on one floor up from the initial level, some new enemies unlock. Banes of many a run. We'll see if we find any today. Waters are pretty strong. In small groups, they're not bad, but you can't run from them. And Temper Staff. Nah, not that good. These ones are annoying because you can't escape from them either. But if you've got a free nuke, this is where you usually use the Thor's Hammer a lot to get free lightning too. Assuming you picked it up ahead of time. You may not have. I would have, though. Because I like me some free lightning too. But, yeah, these are not the enemies I'm worried about. There's much worse down here. I mean, for all I know, any enemy we run into could have a nuke. But, wow. So aggressive. Right, check all the little treasure rooms. One thing of note that's kind of interesting, I did find on my last playthrough. Oh, here we go. Before we talk about that, ghosts. The problem with ghosts is they hit physically super hard. And they are pretty strong. Like, they got like a good amount of HP. And generally they've caused many a wipe because they kill your... They'll do like 300 damage per hit or something ridiculous. But anyway, what I was going to say, this door, I'm not sure if it's just the randomizer or vanilla. Because in vanilla you'd always have the Mystic Key. It's like one of the very few locked doors that if you don't have the Mystic Key, you actually can't get through in a high level. Like, early game, there's a lot of locked doors, but the majority of the doors you find after you leave the Mystic Key starting area actually aren't even locked. So it's kind of weird. That's like one of the very few locked doors in the later areas, later dungeons. Alright, only one potentially ghost battle, pretty lucky. And they didn't even really do anything super dangerous, so be happy with that. I could be selling all this stuff to make some money, but it's fine. A free temper spell is just not that valuable, so we're gonna chuck it. Alright, so welcome to the Mermaid's Den. Always the first place to go when you're doing a water shrine run, in my opinion. And lots of treasures in here. Most of it's kind of trash, but there's generally some really good stuff somewhere down here. Okay, so this this open set was kind of garbage. Usually there's an opal shield or something that's I guess I didn't get all of them. Did I miss? I feel like I missed one somewhere in the middle, but it's just because it's getting late and I'm getting tired. Did I miss this one? No, I must have got everything. Okay. The trick is, of course, the top right room. And I thought this kind of blew my mind when I was a kid. The room loops in on itself. Anyway. We got the break gauntlets? I wonder if those are technically the Zeus gauntlets. Let's see if they're better than dark gauntlets. Because dark as a spell is useless. 70 and 63... 70, 63, same thing. Well, break's better than dark, in my opinion, so we'll go with that. Not as good as a protect ring, but have to deal with it. Okay, so that's the top floor, and seeing as we have to go back down to the entrance anyway, it's faster to just leave, rest up, and start on the middle floor anyway. So we didn't really find anything at the top floor, did we? Like, the Vorpal Blade is not that good, in my opinion, unless it's got some secret effect in the randomizer. We got sort of a sideways upgrade for gauntlets, but nothing else. So we gotta keep exploring. Alright, so instead of up, now we go down. Get some more level ups, why not? Do we have... I do have Lightning 3, and Lightning 2 was also a level 8 spell, so... This is when you'd want easy access to Lightning 2, which is usually a level 3 spell. Just not today. Alright, this floor... there's not a whole lot of treasures on this one, or maybe nothing if I remember, I forget. This is one of those floors that kind of always throws me, because you think there'd be something here, but it's mostly just dead ends and empty rooms, I think. But I'll double check, because I don't want to miss, like, a ribbon or Excalibur. You know, Excalibur's got to be down here somewhere, right? Can't go through the whole game with no Excaliburs. Maybe they switched the chest that had Mazimune for Excalibur. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, all these are just dead ends. Wasting my time here, no big deal. It's only wasting if you don't value the experience. And the quality of time with me, your Ankylo, Mr. Blue. Vote Blue for... I don't even really want to be president. Vote me for... What position would I run for? I don't know. I don't know. You come up with a good thing to vote me in for, and I'll go with it. I'll just run with it. It's cool. Just not any position of responsibility, please. It's got to be a job that I can do from the couch. Hey, good stuff. Not kind of what I was hoping for, but maybe the best case scenario anyway, actually. So yeah, the water elementals here, you can't run from, and unless you've got free nukes, they're generally really hard to kill, because they're resistant... I think they're resistant to all normal magic, except maybe ice or something. But, more importantly, we got our third pro ring. So that gives death protection to 3 people. I'm just going to throw these away, because we don't have any space. So that's good. That's really good. Because we couldn't buy any, I was worried. I'd love to get a 4th one for the fighter, but he's probably okay. Alright, great news, everybody. Special fight. Mummies. You know what? Mummies don't like getting nuked. I mean, they're weak to fire, but nuke is just so strong. Yeah! Alright, and I'm so glad we got a wooden shield besides the fighter's best weapon. Alright, let's give him the Excalibur. Oh, I should show you, just in case you're curious. Sun Sword is 58, 136. Excalibur, 71, 141. It's not quite as strong as the Mazimune, but I believe the Excalibur is supposed to be super effective against basically all enemies that have like a type, like a dragon or a were enemy or a water enemy. The, you know, the werebane type weapons. The Excalibur is supposed to be but for everything. For undead, giants, werewolves, everything. So that gives it some amount of boost. It was bugged in vanilla, so it didn't work. But if the randomizer fixes that, that puts it much closer to being on par with the Mazimune, or the Masamune, or Mazmoon. So that's cool. Anyway, I'm just gonna clear up some inventory space here. I'm actually gonna give him easy access to the wall ability, because that's pretty good. And the Vorpal probably does nothing, so let's just clean some stuff up here. Alright. The White Mage would probably never use this either, seeing as she's got the nuke. She's got the nukes. So let's just test out a couple attacks here. Just want to see how much damage we can do with the Excalibur. Been hyping it up a bit here, so... Yeah, 5 hits, over 100 damage a hit. Not bad. I mean, it's no match for nuking for free, but, I mean, that's... Normally, I don't expect you'd get that, so, this is not a typical run. I don't know what the odds are. Probably not good that you would also, on a random run, have access to an item that casts nuke, let alone 2. So, you know, you could probably do the math. There's, assuming it's evenly distributed, there are 8 levels of spells, 4 spells per level per black and white. Assuming it's not limited to any one element, so that's 8 spells per level times 8 spells. There's 64 spells in the game. Look how mathy I am. How many different weapons that can cast magic are there? I don't know exactly. I'm gonna guess around 10. You know, there's a heal helmet, Thor's hammer, Zeus's gauntlets, all that stuff. Like, there's a fair number, but I would be surprised if there's more than 10 or 12. I'm guessing around 10 to 12. And then if each one gets a random... That's really good. Perfect person for it. He's the one that needs it. Well, our inventory is full. Unless I get one more pro ring, we're basically perfectly geared out. We could use one more protect cape for white mage, but I'd probably take the nuke over the protect cape at this point. And yeah, we're pretty much optimal here, except for one protect ring. That's really good. So what was I saying? I don't know. I totally sidetracked. An extra ribbon is just really good luck. I feel like I was in the middle of an important discussion about something. It'll come back, or not. Don't you hate it when that happens? I think the medical term is brain fart. Someone can remind me in the comments if it was important, and I'll answer. If you're curious about what I was just talking about, just leave a comment, and then I'll probably remember next month. It's only a little sarcastic. That's the trouble with recording. Like, I'm not going to publish this video tomorrow night. So, by the time you guys are watching this, it's probably been at least a week, if not more. It's pretty hard to remember. And the best is when I get a comment on a video I uploaded like 5 years ago. What did you mean when this happened? And they don't even give me a timestamp. I'm like, whew, could be anything. That's a good tip. If you're watching my videos and you want to ask a question, and especially if this is like 2030 or any time that's not 2018 summer, if you're ever watching along and you've got a question, I'm happy to comment unless I've died. But as long as I'm still on YouTube, I'm happy to answer your questions and stuff. I like doing that kind of stuff. I'm pretty good at it. Like, I do respond to most comments, that is to say. But either leave me a timestamp or try to explain the scenario well. Like, I need to know kinda like sometimes, I guess it's hard to explain. Like, even here, I'm like stumbling for words. If you ask a question about something in the video, I probably don't remember saying what I said. So you're gonna have to leave a timestamp or a short explanation about what I said and why you don't understand, if that makes sense. Hopefully that, like, you know. Just imagine someone asked you a question about something you said 5 years ago. Would you remember? 5 years ago, when you took your algebra class in grade 12 and you responded to the teacher's question, what did you mean? Would you know? Ho ho ho! It's the Kraken. Alright, so speaking of Krakens, I can't resist. Seeing as we have the access to the quadruple nuke. Nuke. It's not even optimal. Oh, she almost got one. That's typical Kraken. 8 hits with a critical will destroy your flimsy mages. Anyway, we lived. We win. Victory is ours. So, did I ever get the ship? Is the ship going to be the item that is in the Mazamune's treasure chest? Because, like, I'm pretty sure I don't have a ship right now. And I never got one. Unless I missed a chest somewhere. Or I missed turning in a quest. Who could I have talked to that I missed? I never got the TNT either. You know, the Mazamune will probably be a TNT that you have to go back to get the... Instead of the canal, it'll give us a ship. That's probably what it is, because we missed the ship, and I think I missed the TNT. Actually, I missed the adamant as well, right? Did I? It might be like a big long chain that starts in the final chest of the game. Actually, I'm going to have to do that. That's going to be hilarious. And the result will be getting the ship. That's completely useless. We've been flying the airship for the last 5 hours, and I'll finally get... I can see it now. The best item in the game. Hard blocked by the final dungeon where you have to travel back in time 1,000 years. Or 2,000 years. Okay, well, we're pretty much at the end of the game. Let's see. We are 19 minutes in. So yeah, let's do it. I think we can make it in 10 minutes. Let's get through the Chaos Temple. 4 black orbs. Back you go 2,000 years. Bam. Let's play the Chaos Temple because I love it. Where are you, Chaos Temple? Let's do this. Oh no! 4 white dragons. They're very strong. They're weak to fire, generally. Nah, maybe not, actually. But more importantly, they're weak to being nuked. I mean, I say it like they're weak. They're not weak to being nuked. They're just... everything's weak to being nuked. Nothing resists nuclear destruction. Now, this is the floor that's the most dangerous in my experience. We could run into groups of 4 gas dragons. Now, in the randomizer, they may turn out to be completely benign and do nothing. But, traditionally, 4 gas dragons that go first and cast Poison Breath 4 times in a row basically will wipe you out no matter how strong you are, so... that's always a fun thing that could happen. Also, that Phantom boss sometimes uses some very deadly level 8 instant death magic. We just didn't get any. Opal Gauntlet, not what I needed. Pure, doesn't matter. Alright, loot. It would be a real shame if you got to this point in the game and you didn't have the loot. I've done that before. Just forgot to talk to the princess. Alright. The wolves sometimes are annoying. Why aren't they frost woo-woo-woos? Wasn't that the correct terminology in the mod? Let's do some normal sortery. Get a little... assuming you're paying close attention, you can see the numbers. You can see how much damage we can do. But you better not blink. I know we're playing on... I think this is about 6 times speed, give or take, or 5 times speed. It's pretty fast, but not so fast you can't control it. And then I tap a button, it goes down to double speed or something, and it's much easier. I mean, how would we have gotten this far into the game without explaining how I'm playing it? Maybe someone left a comment about how are you playing so fast? I'll probably answer that in the comments. Let's do a little bit of healing. I never found any worms. The worms are, I think, per target, the best experience in the game. In the vanilla game, that is to say specifically. Man, if I was playing the vanilla game and you had access to free nukes, this game would be so much easier. Like, double nuke every round for free. Like, that's, I mean... what am I even doing playing this game on camera for at this point? Alright, that's just the Ankylo luck. You can't argue with the Ankylo luck. Alright, first big boss, Lich fight. This is the upgraded Lich. Who knows? It's probably not as hard as vanilla, because in vanilla it starts with nuke. And no enemy has cast nuke on us yet, which is very sad. Anyway, let's just kill it. The white mage killed it, with the mass immune. Alright, the fire floor. There is one thing to do here. Other than finish the level. There's one treasure chest. It's usually your second protect cape. And it's easy to miss, because it's kind of off the beaten path. But instead of going to the stairs, if you go down here... I didn't know this for a long time. Usually this chest has a really good reward in it. Just not today. Hey, Carrie! Fire 3. That did not do very much damage. Because everyone has elemental protection. Alright, and then the water floor is probably the first... well, the earth floor and the fire floor are pretty safe. This floor is where it gets a little more dangerous and scary. Not because of this kind of stuff, but the water elemental fights. Like, you can usually just run from these immediately, and then you don't have to worry about it. And then a lot of the big enemies just die so easily, it doesn't really matter. But, a group of a bunch of water elementals that you can't run from, and are strong to all your cheap spells, are usually a big problem. But, I mean, we've got the nukes. We got the nukes, guys. I don't feel ashamed of using the nukes in this dungeon. Normally, I would never waste them if I was casting level 8 spell slots. I mean, we would only have 5 castings of nuke normally. Instead, I've got 18 plus infinite. 18 plus infinity, you know, it's a pretty big number, I think. Someone can do the math in the comments. Alright, and right around here, we want to heal up a little bit. I feel bad. There's a whole bunch of magic I bought, and I talked about some of the usages for it. I haven't cast any of this junk. As long as we've got access to nuke at level 1, I mean, none of that stuff matters. Alright, the Kraken version 2. Now, last time, a minute ago, it almost killed the red mage. Let's go a little bit of fast. I like to save my fast spells for Kraken, Tiamat, and Chaos, so you don't run out. See how they do. Fire 3 is not bad. Ooh, it went fast. Ooh, this could be really bad. If it got another attack on, I guarantee you it could have one-shot Black Mage, Red Mage, White Mage easily. Maybe even the fighter. Because it would be doing 16 attacks per turn. That's a deadly combination, if you give it a chance. But luckily it died before any of that could happen. Alright. The last dangerous floor. And I have to find out what is in the final treasure of the game. Because I did not get my ship. And I'm very curious what happened to it. Oh, air elementals. We haven't actually... This is the first time we fought air elementals. Basically the same as water elementals. Strong to most magic. Maybe a little bit faster or something. Zombie D's. Evil Mans. So we had okay Mans, then we got Evil Mans. I don't really remember any of these guys being too dangerous. Seriously, so I just never got... I wonder if there was an accidental loop where basically the TNT guy wants the TNT and he gives you something that somebody else wants and then they give you the TNT. So just sort of like an infinite loop, and there's no way to break into it. I wonder if something like that happened. But no ship, unless I just forgot. Maybe I have a ship somewhere and I just forgot about it. Who knows? Or I missed a chest somewhere. It's certainly possible. I mean, I'm usually pretty good at picking everything up, but for all I know, I've missed... I don't know. If you know a chest I missed, you let me know. I feel like I was pretty thorough. It's always possible, I just can't think of it. How often do you get to the final floor of the Chaos Temple with over 90 healing potions and most of your healing charge? Like, this is probably the most overpowered run I've ever had. Ever. I'll still go with the fast, because I think it'll do more damage than Nuke. On average. Yeah! Hey! We found someone that has nukes! Now that's the War Mech special, Nuclear. That's cool. At least we found somebody that's got a powerful attack. Let's use some heal 3 to help stay up. We only got one person with heal 3. Alright. As long as it doesn't spam it, we'll be okay. Actually, it's probably better to just try to do damage and kill it quickly. Yeah. Because if it just spams nuclear, we can't heal through it. There's no way to heal 200 damage to the whole party per round. We just need to burn it. Lightning is no big deal, and we got it with nuke. 362 damage. Booyah. Alright. Free. Well, this is it. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, I would say. We got tons of healing left. I'll save the healing 3s for the boss. We'll just use the healing potions because they're the least useful in the boss fight. I'd rather have cure 4s ready to go in the middle of a fight. And I've got lots, so here we go. Everyone's favorite healing potion dance. Honestly, for this run, I have not had to do very much healing potion dance. This is kind of unusual. Alright, fully healed. I'm going to throw in a save state, just so I've got, well, just because the game's over, I want to... I actually may not have put a save down before I started the Chaos Shrine, so just a second. Quick save, just in case I want to show this off again, or maybe I want to reload it and try to find what happened to my ship if someone leaves a comment. Anyway, let's go talk to Garland, who's 2,000 years back in the future, time looped. Don't ask too many questions. Time loops are weird. I guess we should probably put the final boss music on, hey? I know we've certainly heard it once or twice, but last battle. There you go. Alright. I should have switched back to the NES version, honestly, but it's just a normal fight music for that. Alright, so everyone's got elemental protection. Not everyone has instant death protection. Actually, technically, the fighter might not have full elemental, so he'll go wall, which is pretty cool, right? And then white mage will go anti-death magic, because that covers the weakness of not having a protect ring, I think. And then, definitely want fast on anyone who's going to be doing physical attacks. Alright, ink is darkness, so that's a really poor choice of a spell. I imagine Chaos with random spells is not going to be nearly as dangerous as Chaos with his overpowered set of spells he normally gets. Alright, so we got a pretty good buff there with the wall spell. That is a really good spell, and it might even stack with ribbons. So putting wall on everyone that already has a ribbon anyway might be good, but it's fine. Okay, so attack. And let's see, we got anti-rub, which is helpful. X for supposedly reduces enemy protections from elements, but probably not on Chaos. Fade for damage. We've already been fasted, though. Oh, Invis 2 and Fog 2 are sort of helpful here. If he's doing really hard physical hits, this helps protect us a little bit. Cure 4s are our backup recovery. Actually, that's a shame. It's the same tier as the fast spell. I should have maybe not used it. I didn't even think. Saber, if I could cast it on the fighter, would be great. We can't really use life 2 in the middle of a fight, unfortunately. So we got to keep people alive. Don't let them die. So probably we're straight up to nuking. Don't play the death music video game. I'm not going to die. I do have a backup Cure 3 hammer. That's potentially very, very valuable for the Black Mage Wizard. Is there anything else that might help us here? I guess I'll put fast on the Red Mage. He's got a okay physical attack, and he could saber up. But Nuke will probably do better damage than his physical, so... Alright, so we've seen 2 really bad spells from Chaos so far. We got a little bit more evasion. That's not very good. I think we should probably just go to damage mode here. There's not a whole lot of buffs and debuffs that work, unfortunately. But I did get the wall and the anti-rub up, which is the one I really wanted. Like, usually he has some quakey, poison death, rub type attacks, but who knows what we'll get in the random version, right? No level 50 black belt doing 2,000 damage here, sorry. Just, you know, I feel bad, so we're going to change our strategy here. Ooh, fire 3, that's a little bit stronger. Except everyone's protection from fire. You know, because the name of the series... I feel like the only appropriate way to send Chaos off is a swarm of nukes. So, oh, he was almost dead anyway. But the quad nuke victory is the only correct victory. Travel back in time 2,000 years, bringing your nuclear arsenal to eradicate any sense of evil in the world. It's pretty good, right? Well, guys, that was a random run. Yeah, it was pretty easy. I know, but it's random. You never know what you're going to get. I feel like, on average, the randomized runs are probably easier. Not only do you have quicker leveling up, thanks to the balance patches and bug fixes and stuff, the odds of getting a very powerful black magic spell in levels 1 or 2 are pretty high. So, if you get, even if it's not nuke, if you get fire 3 or ice 3 early on, you're going to have a pretty easy time. Oh, hey, there's stats. I didn't know that. I missed 20 chests. There could definitely have been a whatchamacallit. This is cool. I like this. I didn't see this. Battles, ambushes, struck first, close calls, just some stats. That's cool. We dealt 300,000 damage. We took 13,000. Wow. That's really cool. I like that. Well, thanks for programming the randomizer. That was really cool. Alright, folks. That's it for me. I'm going to take a break because I've played this quite a lot lately, and I think I'm done for now. I might look into doing some solo challenges in it. The problem is, if you're not playing random, the solo challenges have kind of a strategy. If you're playing the random challenge, it just depends on your luck. If you got a nuke helmet in the first dungeon, I don't care what solo game you're playing. Solo Thief would be easy with a nuke helm. So, you know, it's just, it adds in a little bit of randomness that could make any random solo run really, really easy. Or potentially unbeatable, depending on your luck. So, I'm not too worried about doing solo challenges for this. But, I think it's fun, and if you were a fan of the Final Fantasy 1 NES, the original, I think this breathes a nice breath of fresh air into it. Especially fixing the bugs and letting you buy 10 items at a time. Even if you don't want to randomize it, the Randomizer patch will fix a bunch of bugs and add some nice little conveniences that make the original game better. Like, hands down. It just fixes some bugs, makes it easier to play. And then if you want the random stuff, turn it on. It's fun. Nice for a change. Sometimes it's too easy? Sure. Sometimes it's way harder. If you learn how to play with the sliders and stuff, I'm sure you can make it more difficult. I was just going mostly vanilla, turning some of the options on. As you get more familiar with the patch, or I'm sure you could adjust things to make it a little bit crazy. Anyway, that's all, folks. Thanks for watching my little sort of one-shot Final Fantasy 1 Let's Play. I do know that these randomizers are very popular lately. There's a lot of games with randomizers. I first found out about them on Super Metroid years ago, but now it's like all the NES and Super Nintendo games have randomizers. So this was the one I really wanted to cover, because Final Fantasy 1, you know, it's kind of my thing. I'm an Ankylo, you got it, right? You know, maybe I'll do another one someday. It was pretty fun. I had a good time, and you guys let me know in the comments if you thought it was fun, and if you got any good suggestions for other randomizers that are maybe fun and well constructed, because, like, I'm sure some of them are just fan projects that aren't complete, but this one looked pretty good, and if you know it's a game that I've enjoyed on my channel, and has a randomizer, maybe let me know. Maybe I'll think about doing it one day. You never know. Anyway, that's all, folks. Thanks for the opening theme for the end credits. Where's my end credits? I forgot to play the final music here. Just a sec. This one. This is the correct outro. All right, everybody. Where's my ship? Tell me where my ship is. One of those 20 chests I missed. Where did I miss? Just a second. Before we close, let me just think. Where could I have missed 20 chests? Now, there was definitely some chests that are supposed to be empty that I didn't open because they're always empty. If the randomizer sometimes sneaks an item into those that are usually empty, but once in a while has an item, that would be a good trick. A very frustrating trick, but a good trick. The Marsh Cave had a few that I didn't open. Where else are some common ones I skip all the time? I don't know if I could think of 20 chests I missed. Where did I skip a whole bunch of treasure chests? I don't know. I might fiddle around. I have a save state, so I can go back and look. If you pick them up while watching the series, feel free to let me know, because I'd be quite impressed. I know I missed a couple that I can think of. But not 20. Was there like a dungeon I skipped? There's no way. Huh. Anyway, I guess I'll just dead air here. You know what it is. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching, folks. Give it a try if you haven't. I'll leave some links in the video description and comments and stuff. And I'll see you for the next Let's Play.